Welcome back to Ruby on Nails, and it's time for a little bit of a splishy splashy fun time. So, Mooncat has decided to continue to bless me with PR packages, so thank you, Mooncat. You can do with that information what you'd like. Today, we have the Mermaid Tales collection. Very exciting. These are all very summery polishes, so let's talk about it. So the Mermaid Tales collection involves 6 different types of polishes, and we are seeing 2 different formulas in this collection. We have a wide variety of neon polishes, some cooler tone, but just as bright polishes. The entire collection is going to be $77, and the individuals do have a little bit of a price range, ranging from $14 to $15. So now that we have all of that information out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into those swatches. The first polish that we have here today is Plankton. Tiny but mighty is the tagline, and I think that works just perfectly for this polish's name. This is a green polish with green shimmer and micro holographic glitter. Now, I wasn't quite sure if this one was supposed to be a jelly formula like the other jelly in this collection. The website says it is not, so I guess that left me a little confused because it performed very similar to the jelly in this collection. Now, I am going to be pointing out the patchiness that I experienced in just a sec, but I think if you have longer nails, you're definitely going to need a third coat. I think it is still a very pretty polish that I'm excited to use, but keep that in mind. Now, Merkitten is the jelly that I keep mentioning. It is a hot pink polish with blue shimmer and micro holographic glitter. Now, when I talk about this polish not being quite jelly-ish in my opinion, it is because it is very opaque for a jelly polish, and I almost wish that it was more sheer, which is surprising because I never asked for more sheer polishes. But when marketed as a jelly, I kind of just expect it to act like every jelly that I've used, and it didn't. Now, Hermit Crab is a really good example of what I expect from a jelly polish. This one is, of course, a coral jelly with iridescent flakies and orange shimmer. Now, as you can see, you can already get a really pretty layering effect with that first coat, but when you go to add a second coat, because the base is so sheer, you get a really pretty layering effect with all those flakies and shimmers. And that was just kind of missing with Merkitten. I honestly think Hermit Crab's my favorite from the collection. It's just really pretty, but then we get to this polish, which I also really love. This is Catfished, and I hate to say it, but when I went to go find the description of this polish on the website, I felt a little catfished because I did not recognize this polish from the promo pic, and maybe it's just because of my lighting and I didn't have such an extreme example of it, but this did not really match the product description photo. So I don't know. I think Mooncat tries to show you the possible effects of a singular polish in the most extreme way, which can be a little misleading. If you scroll down through the product's description photos, I think there are more true to color photos, but not everybody does that when they buy a polish. Next up, we have Bermuda Triangle, and this is a purple jelly with green iridescent flakies and micro holographic glitter. This one I thought was really pretty. I liked the layering effect of it a lot. I think my only gripe is I wish that the jelly was just a little bit more opaque, but that's me. I like things to be opaque, but I thought the layering effect of this jelly was very pretty. And if you have long nails, you're gonna need a third coat. This one didn't blow me out of the water, but I also didn't hate it, so there's that. Next up is Moon Jelly, and this was another favorite of mine from this collection. I was really impressed with it, actually. This is a white jelly with color shifting blue to green to purple to pink, iridescent flakies, and bright blue shimmer and micro glitter, holographic glitter. It's a really exciting kind of polish because I never get a good opacity that I'm happy with when it comes to white jellies, and I was very pleased with this one. This is also the polish that I was wearing in my last video, so for you commenter. Okay, so now that you've seen the swatches, let's talk. What did you think? Personally, I really liked this collection. Mooncat has really just come out with banger after banger collection these last few months. As I pointed out in my swatches, there was some issues when it came to opacity, and if you are somebody who likes really opaque polishes, then maybe not the collection for you. However, I do think we need to talk about the formulation of those less opaque polishes. Now, those less opaque polishes are technically jelly formulations. However, I personally found that they were almost too opaque to be jellies, if you get my drift. There is so much shimmer and coloring in these polishes that you kind of lose some of that positive sides of jelly formulas, where you get those cool layering effects that you see with a lot of jelly polishes that have flakies or shimmers or special effects in general. So while I personally liked how opaque they were, because I am not a jelly person, I can see that if you read the descriptions of these and you're like, these are supposed to be jellies, and you got them home and they were more opaque than jellies, I can see how that could be an issue. So do keep that in mind if you are a sheer jellies person. Maybe not the collection for you if that is specifically what you're looking for, but if you do think any of these colors are gorgeous, definitely go ahead and buy them because I think they were really nice. But jumping back on that point of opaque jellies, if you have longer nails than me, you're definitely going to need a third coat, as I would just personally recommend that you wear these as opaque polishes because you're not getting that kind of nice bouncy look to it. So that was my biggest gripe about some of the formulas here. It was primarily just with the shimmer jellies, where because they lack any of those big flakies, you're not seeing as big of a sheer layering jelly effect. Personally, I would just categorize these as shimmers, but they do differ from Mooncat's typical shimmer formulation, which tends to be a lot thicker and kind of have like a grainy, but not in a bad way, feel to them, if you get my drift. Now, with all of that said, definitely let me know what you think of this collection. I think that there were a lot of really beautiful polishes in this collection. I just had some issues with some of the terminology and the descriptions. But like always, if you like this video, and if you like my videos, make sure to subscribe. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.